कहने से चल
63 glorious years of this beautiful state called Goa, as we have always described and have been described, the final jewel in the crown called India. And today, just as the crown is being recognized worldwide as a nation marching forward, as a country with immense potential to lead the world, developing in every sphere of activity, building human resource in a manner that perhaps there will be competitors difficult to find at the world level, and keeping pace as one of the state and a very progressive one, and that is Goa for you. It is for nothing that Goa has always figured among the best among the smaller states in the country, be it the India Today Awards, be it the other national awards, be it evaluation by different agencies of the central government. Whether you look at health parameters, whether you look at education, whether you look at startups, whether you look at various institutions that are flourishing, whether it is the Goa Engineering College, whether it is the Goa University in terms of education, whether it is introducing new progressive methods of harnessing the youth power, we are, I would say, number one in the country. Per capita income, as you know, is the highest of our state, which itself is an indicator of immense growth, of the way we have been marching forward. And all this is possible only because of all our citizens working hard, all people in their respective fields progressing well, contributing to the state economy and the state. But can we forget the sacrifices put up by our freedom fighters at the time of liberation? You must remember one thing. We tend to forget the sacrifices made by these very people who staked everything to make this particular day possible. This day of freedom, this day of progress, this day of free speech, this day when every citizen can confidently put their head high and work towards achieving their goals without any pressure of the wrong way or wrong side from anyone. That is our great country and that is our great Goa. When you come to Goa, you look at the various progressive steps that our governments have taken, particularly in the last decade and a half, whether it was the late Manohar Parrikarji, whether it is now Dr. Pramod Sawant. Look at the progress we have made. The broad roads and highways, the beautiful iconic bridges that have been built, whether it is the Mandu and Zuari, are real-time testimony to the progress we have achieved with the way we are moving forward. In a small little state like Goa, you have two beautiful airports. One Mopa, which has been awarded one of the best airports. Chicalim Airport, International Airport, is not lagging behind. At the present day, it has more traffic than the Mopa Airport. Why are we able to do this? Because Goa is a most preferred destination by the world, by the countrymen from the various states wanting to come home. And that is why, as I have always maintained, we would need both the airports. We would need tourists to come here to sustain our economy, to enjoy the place blessed by nature, whether in terms of weather, whether in terms of our culture, which is a very rich culture, whether it is in terms of the friendly people of our beautiful state. And that is what people come to savor. But sometimes when you see a state progressing, when you see a state marching forward, when you have people at the helm of affairs performing and doing well, there are always negatives which are bound to be there. Unfortunately, today, the social media has become a big instrument for information being disseminated, and good information, being informative and giving you some strong messages for the well-being of society, for the well-being of our nation, for the well-being of our state is a very welcome step. But what do you see? Instead, more negativity being accentuated, being pushed forward in a manner which affects the real good thinking. Sometimes people get confused as to what is good and what is bad. People get confused, even good steps taken for the state, are they really good? A moment of doubt comes in their mind. We citizens and all of us have to realize that what is good for us and what is bad for us. Halting progress. You will be halting individuals. You will be bringing obstacles in the way of democratic functioning, in the way of institutions. As you have seen, whenever people from the other side, particularly the opposition, has lost election, they blame the EVMs. And when they win elections, when the ruling dispensation loses a particular state, that time the EVMs are very good. You cannot have this double standards. Just one thing what I am mentioning to you. In Goa also we have been victims of various types. Various propaganda have been perpetuated through social media as if to make people believe, a make-believe story wherein all the wrongs have been brought to the forefront. It has been happening in this very place called Doubling. When you do something, there are obstructions. Just opposite me you have a beautiful joggers park. And after this liberation thing, we are going to have a vintage and classic car rally as part of our celebration. Adjoining our park is this very ground which I am going to convert into a parade ground. But just to mention how negative people can be, even the park was not spared. They tried to bring various obstacles to stop the park. Now work is going in the same way. The new works that are going on as far as a flyover is concerned from Dabolim right up till Verna at a cost of 1800 crores, which the Ministry of Surface Transport or National Highway are doing for us. Even there people try to stop it, saying that it is not required. Why is it not required? Why is it required? Just imagine a situation, full traffic flowing from Murmungaon coming on this road. To all the citizens residing in this area, we will be facing blockades, as used to happen near Dabolim Airport. Only when the flyover came over, people are living comfortably without having to wait and for the signals to change 4 or 5 times. Same would be the fate of the people all along the line up till Verna. And these people have given in writing, they tried to raise issues as if something different or something wrong is being done. And the naval people were kind enough to tell me, these are the type of people, some of them who have been elected, who are trying to cause obstructions for your work. But we want the flyover. And I must compliment the Indian Navy, particularly in Goa. They have always been very cooperative, very much helpful to the state of Goa, cooperating with the civilian authorities. Even in running the airport, they have relaxed timings, NOTA timings to accommodate civilian flights. And that's how. Another propaganda of the Dabolim airport being shut, becoming a ghost airport, is never going to happen. This is another propaganda, false propaganda, which is being propagated. Please remember, the traffic is going to grow immensely with tourists coming from all over the world, with tourists coming from everywhere else and descending on Goa. We only have to match the infrastructure. And if you look at the infrastructure that is being built, I can give hundreds of examples, but you are testimony. It is not through a speech or through something what somebody says and you have to believe. When you go on the roads, when you see all these things in front of your eyes, it has become a reality, and it is something what the Goans have enjoyed and are going to enjoy. Ultimately, what is the responsibility of a good government. Build class infrastructure for the citizens, improve the quality of life. That is the job of a government, and that is what this government here in Goa has been doing. And I am sure the freedom fighters who laid down their lives, 15 of them are going to be, their families are going to be recognized and awarded in the function at Panjim. I am sure this is going to send a good signal of remembrance, of trying to nurture their sacrifices into a mindset to contribute and do something ourselves for our beautiful state. मुद्दम म्हाका सांगपा जाय, आज तरी आमकां 63 वर्सां भरता. आमी जेन्ना हे सेलिब्रेशन करता, याद करया जे त्याग केला आमच्या नागरिकांनी, जे आमचे गोंयचे सुद्दां नासले मोस्ट ऑफ देम, पूण आमची म्हणजे ही फायट हे आमकां सुटका मेळपाक तेणी त्याग दिलो, ते आमी याद करपाक जाय. तेन्ना आमी एक नॅरो मायंडेड जाता, म्हणजे कितें आमी बारीकसाणीन चिंतता ना कोण बायलो कोण भितयलो. आमी पयले चिंतपा जाय आमी सगळे भारतीय नागरीक, आमी सगळे एक. आनी आज एक भारत देश सबंद कडेन विकास आमी पळयता, सगळे स्टेटीनी जेन्ना आमी पळयता, आमचे गोंय खूंय इल्लेशे लोकून फाटी उरना. आमी वयल्यान जाता तितले मुखार वचत आसा. फुडारा आमी एक लक्षांत दवरपाक जाय, जे बरे आहा तेय जे ओपोज करता तांकां हांव सांगपाक सोदतां, ओपोज करपा जाय म्हूण करनाका. आमी लोकशाही प्रमाणे इलेक्शन आहात तेन्ना तुमकां एक मोको मेळटाच, पूण जेन्ना तुमी एक इलेक्टेड गव्हर्नमेंट दिता, जेन्ना तुमी इलेक्टेड म्युनिसिपॅलिटी दिता, जेन्ना तुमी इलेक्टेड पंचायत दिता, इलेक्ट केला ते लोकांचे कर्तव्य जावन आसता की कितें बरें ते लोकां खातीर करपाक.